terrible. Yay. Do I look like I'm 25? Good morning, guys. I know I literally just said goodbye to you yesterday, and I was saying how this is gonna be the last vlog, but so over the course of the last week, I have gotten so many messages of people telling me that they're really sad I'm not reading Unbury Carol, or they want me to read Unbury Carol, and they really wanted to know what I was thinking. And then here, if you look at this poll, we can see how many people wanted me to cheat and thought that I should cheat on this challenge. I thought I would kind of extend my spookathon vlogs just a little bit so that I can read Unbury Carol and I can vlog the experience and I can let you know what I think of it as I think of it. I actually started this book this morning. I am like 50 pages into it right now, and so far I'm like a little bit confused. Mainly I'm confused as to the setting of this book because it's just really weird. So they're in this like really small town somewhere, like I don't even know, in the West, the Wild West or something like that. But then again, it's not the actual Wild West because women are like working, like not just like they're sheriffs. I don't know, were women sheriffs? Not sheriffs, but like trail watchers, and women, and she has like a ponytail, and there's also open homosexuals. So I'm just so confused as like when this story is supposed to be set, because they're also riding around in horse carriages and sending telegraphs, and I'm just so confused. Maybe I have the wrong idea of what the Wild West was like, but that's not it. That's just not my idea of it, kind of thing. It's about this woman, and she has a condition that causes her to sometimes fall into a coma where it looks like she's dead, like doctors can't detect a pulse or anything like that. And her husband kind of just married her for her money, and now he wants to get rid of her. But also he feels upstaged by her because somehow she's a celebrity, and I don't know how she's supposed to be a celebrity, but he keeps saying like, oh, he feels like emasculated by her, and like he should be the one in like the center of attention and not her. So that's another thing where I'm like, well, this can't really be set in the present time, right? Because I mean, I hope not. Nobody, by the way, knows about her condition except for one guy, and he just died. So now he's like planning to just like bury her alive now that she has another one of her attacks, and get rid of her that way, kind of thing. I don't know, does that make sense to anyone? Like, he wants to bury her alive, but I feel like if no one knows about this condition and she just like randomly falls into a coma, it would be like maybe easier to just like smother her, or like, I don't even know, kill her some other way, like put her in the tub and pretend she fell asleep and then drown in it. Like, I don't know, isn't it so much easier to kill her while she's like out of commission instead of just like waiting to bury her alive? That's so specific. I don't know. If any of you read this book yet, let me know. I don't know what to think. Also, the writing is a little disjointed, it feels like, and like just all over the place so far. Like, again, it's another book that I'm like, I think I might not like it. I think. So we'll see. We'll see. Just quickly checking back in with you guys. I read about 50 pages this morning of Unbury Carol, and I liked it quite a bit more. I still find it really weird to pin down what time period it was written in. I find it so confusing. Maybe it's like magical realism or like some other non-existent timeline, because it reads like the Wild West but a lot more like progressive. So I don't know, you know, I don't know, whatever. I find it intriguing. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star book. It's a little weird, but it's intriguing.
Mal schauen, wie sie gerade die Risse bilden.
Ja. Oh mein Gott. ist geil.
Schon cremig, oder?
Das ist so gut.
Tja.
Today is the day. It's the 23rd of October 2018, and that means I'm now officially closer to being 30 years old than I am to being 20. And it's a little bit scary, but alright, let's move on. I am having a chill day today because I've had a pretty stressful week and just in general had a lot to study, and I'm just taking a break today. So I'm basically reading all day. I am on page 205, so I read about 100 pages today so far. And I still am finding it so hard to pin this book down. Like, I do not know how I feel about it. I am kind of intrigued. I think the writing style is good, like Josh Malerman is a good writer, but I just don't know how I feel about the story. And we still don't know like so many things, and it's frustrating because I don't know if they're gonna be answered. Like, Carol is supposed to be this, I don't even know, celebrity maybe, or like she's supposed to be really popular in town at least, and like, you know, her husband mentioned how he's like in her shadow all the time and stuff like that, and how, why, like we still don't know. We only know that like she inherited a lot of money from her parents, but like that wouldn't necessarily make her famous or like popular with the townspeople, so I just don't know. But it's definitely intriguing. There's a lot of characters, and I kind of like the way that like the perspectives are split up, because basically you follow Carol. She's in her coma and she's trying to break out of her coma because she knows her husband is trying to bury her alive. And then her husband is like freaking out about people finding out that she's not actually dead while he tries to rush the burial. And then her former lover and like outlaw was contacted, so he's just trying to hurry back before she's buried, basically. And then those are like the main three characters, and then there's like lots of other different characters, most of them other outlaws, because the husband kind of sticks like another outlaw, like assassin, on the guy, like on her former lover, to kill him before he reaches them. I don't know. I mean, none of these are spoilers. I think like pretty much that's established at the very beginning of the book. So that's kind of like how the story goes, and then obviously you have like this feeling of tension of like who's gonna, like, what's gonna happen first, right? Like, is her husband gonna manage to bury her? Is she gonna break out of her coma? Or is like her former lover gonna arrive and save her? But then there's like another element of like unsurety that's introduced, of like a sort of almost supernatural element, more supernatural than her having this condition, which I don't think it exists in real life. Maybe it does, I don't know. But that's also pretty intriguing, and I'm interested to see where that goes. So I don't think it's like scary. It's not a thriller. I don't think it was supposed to be a thriller. I don't know what it is. It's suspenseful. I don't know. I can't tell you guys yet what I think of it. Like, I didn't like it at first, then I liked it a little bit more for a while, and now I'm like sort of in the middle again. I think if it continues at this rate and then ends, I'll give it like a 2.5 or 3 stars. So it's currently Tuesday night, about 9 p.m. and I've just finished reading Unbury Carol. And I thought, since this entire video was kind of like a vlog, you know, very chill, it doesn't really make sense for me to like film a separate review for it to the reading vlog, so I might as well just do it all at once in like a chill, laid back, bad lighting kind of thing. So I hope you don't mind. But I just want to give you my sort of thoughts of overall on Unbury Carol by Josh Malerman. So I don't know if I've said this before, but this book is basically a Western, and I have never read a Western before. I've probably never even watched a Western. It's just not something I was ever interested in, and I was not expecting that going into this book either, so let's just like put that out there. It's a Western in a sense. Like, it's set in some version of the Wild West. I don't know if it's like, I don't even know. It reads like a Western to me, at least. That's kind of where we're at. And then we also have like kind of a more supernatural mystery element to it, in the form of like this weird figure that appears to all parties and it's like trying to lead them down a certain path. So as you probably have noticed throughout reading this book, I found it really, really hard to pin down how I felt about it. And that was mainly because I couldn't really ever get a grip on it. It seemed like the entire story seemed just a little disjointed, and like, to me at least, there were so many questions of like, this doesn't make sense, or like, why are these people acting this way? And it's so odd, and like, to me at the end there wasn't really like, I wasn't really sure what point the author was trying to make or what story he was trying to tell actually. If it really was just like, oh, he wanted to write something in the Western style setting and like, then this is just what he came up with. But personally, I didn't really see the point in this book, kind of thing. I just really don't know. I mean, I didn't mind the writing style, but I also really never could fully get into it, and I was intrigued throughout the book, but nothing ever really happened. Nothing, like, it's pretty clear cut like how it's gonna play out, and I don't know. And also this like mysterious supernatural element to me wasn't like fully explored or developed, and I ended up just like being kind of like, okay, well, that's also a thing that's happening, and I don't really know. Like, I'm finding it so hard to talk about this because I still don't know how I feel. And throughout reading, I was trying to kind of just like figure out where I would sort of put this in like a star rating, and I still don't know. There's so many just things that to me don't add up, that really like overall kept me distracted from really getting into the story, because I just kept thinking like, well, like for example, so the husband is basically waiting so he can bury her alive, whereas I would think like, why don't you just kill her like while she's in a coma? And also you could have done this so much sooner. Like, I mean, even if her friend knew that she had this condition, you know, maybe she was taking a bath. I don't know if they had bathtubs in the Wild West. I have no idea. But imagine if she was just taking a bath and she fell into a coma, and like, he could just stage the situation, pretend he didn't notice that she was there or whatever. Like, it's so easy to just create an accident where just the act of falling into a coma would like kill her. So I don't know. And then once she fell into the coma, he could have just like, he even talks about this in the book. It's like, I want to pinch her nose shut, like just hold her nose shut until she dies, like asphyxiates. But then he says like, I don't want there to be signs of struggle. And I'm just confused, like, what signs of struggle would there be if you just like hold her nose closed? Like, you wouldn't like have to like do much. You know, I mean, she can't move, so I'm assuming she wouldn't like react physically, right? I don't know, like, how does this work? I don't know. But he's like really, really scared of like there being signs of a struggle, so I guess that's like his reason. But like, I just don't think it's a good enough reason, to be honest. This just seemed like such a convoluted and like overly confusing way. And it very kind of was obvious to me that that's just because like it's just a kind of cool thing to have in a book. It's like somebody buried alive, like, and so obviously he had to sort of kind of contrive the situation in that certain way, even though it's not the most, you know, realistic. If you were to ask me if you should read this book, honestly, I don't know. I feel like it's very weird, and it's probably not for everyone because of that. It's just, it has a weird feel to it, and if you like Western, or like, I don't even know what sort of target audience, what the target audience for this is, like what group of people I would recommend this for, because I just can't tell what it really even is. I don't think it managed to sort of do what it was probably trying to do, to like instill a fear of being buried alive in like the reader, but that never really, to me, never really came through as such. But yeah, I did finally read it. I hope you guys are satisfied with me doing this video. It's not like my other like 2018 review videos where I just like do a proper review sit down. I thought I'd like kind of mix it up a little with this like vlog review style, like all in one kind of thing. If you have already read it, definitely let me know what you thought of it. And yeah, I think I'll end the video here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you very soon with another one. I upload every Tuesday and Friday, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell icon to get notifications when I do. Until then, have a lovely week, and I will see you then. Bye!